Welcome back, everybody, to game number 2, where IG is facing off against EG. Paint it gold, doggone it, this is the last game of the group stages, and hopefully it's as exciting and interesting as the last one. How you doing, buddy, and how do you think EG is feeling right now?
Well, they subbed March out for maelk, so they have maelk. They're 4-player. How are they feeling? They're playing on Chinese hosts, so that probably doesn't feel so good. They're playing against the best team in the world, and they just got pretty decimated, so that probably didn't feel so good either. So, overall, I'd say they don't have much to lose, and team morale should be up.
Oh, there's nowhere to go but up. That's sort of the other way to look at it, right?
Yeah. You just summed up what I was trying to say so simply.
Well, I let you set me up, so
yeah.
Thanks to you for that. Of course, guys, this is Paint It Gold, who is currently... Are you teamless now?
Yeah. Right now I'm teamless. There's a couple offers on the table. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just taking a break and enjoying Dota right now. Enjoying not playing and stressing about it, man. Competitive Dota is stressful, playing in all these leagues. It gets to you.
It definitely is. I mean, I haven't even played at that. I used to play competitive Counter-Strike, so I have some idea, and then... Well, esports is so much bigger than it used to be, and especially when you're on a team like EG or Quantic or whatever pro team where you have thousands of people just nitpicking your every move.
Oh, yeah.
It's tough. But here we are, and Ferrari gets his hands on his Templar Assassin. Uh-oh. EG did get Rubik, though, as the first pick, and, well, Fear made a lot happen on that hero last game.
Yeah, we saw a respect ban for Darkseer as well. They didn't want to deal with that. I don't think what they did was actually a good choice to deal with the Darkseer. They basically just gave him complete and utter free farm and laned a bat against it, and that's not something you want to do, I don't think. But they did shut down the THD and Pudge for a while and gave Naga some good farm, so...
How do you follow up this Templar Assassin pick if you're IG? What are they going to be looking for?
THD.
THD.
THD. Well, I'm just throwing this out there right now because I think THD is really overpowered. Not overpowered. He's just incredibly strong. Okay, maybe he's overpowered. I don't like to ever I don't ever like to use like the terms overpowered or anything like that because I mean, as a competitive player, you have to learn how to deal with this kind of stuff all the time. So you just have to reprioritize everything, and they go with less track, and I'm questioning that because I think they would have took THD in a normal.
You think they just want to experiment a little bit?
Yeah, I think they're in an experimental.
Yeah, and it's actually a good time just to very quickly show the standings. IG is already first place in this group. They really have nothing to play for aside from pride and practice at this point. And for EG, it's the same because they lost game 1, which means they can't tie MBFC anymore. The best they can do is finish 3-5 in Group A. So the standings are locked in. This game is just about showing the fans a good game, getting some practice, and getting to experiment a little bit. And from that perspective, well, it's not that Leshrac is that odd of a pick, but like you said, Twin-Headed Dragon just so damn strong. Now, the nice thing about him being imbalanced, if IG picks him, to the extent people believe that, is, well, you can get Ice Path for yourself as Rubik, so...
Yeah. I would like to see EG pick up THD right now. That would make me happy, because THD is super good against Templar Assassin. He has 3 skills that basically all get rid of Refraction, and Ice Path is just a super good skill against any melee hero in general.
Do they need to be concerned about this TA? Like, Twin-Headed Dragon, obviously a pretty good counter-initiator and does some damage over time. Is that enough to deal with TA? Can you just dual lane mid with that and, I don't know, maybe Panda? And just shut her down?
Well, Panda is also a great hero to deal with TA. We on Quantic, like, I often pick Panda to go mid against TA because you could just spam clap, you could get the runes, you could bottle crow, and you could keep up even with farm. And not that many heroes could keep even with farm with TA. But even so, like, a Panda doesn't die to TA, because if you get 1 level of the Drunken Haze and then 1 level of Drunken Brawler, then the miss chance is incredibly high for TA on attack. So he's not easily ganked either, and Panda's more of a utility role. When you send him something like that, you just want him to farm up his bottle, get his Blink Dagger, And Panda overall as a hero against TA is a great hero because he has the Drunken Haze to make TA miss, and he also has the Fire Panda, which does immolation damage based on immolation in Warcraft 3, which means damage over time as long as you're next to the hero, which burns through refraction charges very fast.
So what you're saying is Panda is the hard counter to TA.
He's a pretty good counter to TA.
Right.
No, like I don't think any hero counters TA, man.
But it helps to deal with her. It helps to deal with her.
Yeah, it's just coping with her. Like
it's all about coping with the pain versus Templar Assassin.
Yeah.
Which says a lot about how strong the hero is when nothing really fully counters her. But aside from good teamwork, I guess that's the one thing you could say deals with TA.
Good teamwork,
so
for sure.
They go for the Sven, which probably goes to zhou. So getting that armor to tower dive, getting a pretty strong... We actually saw this in the DK game earlier against Flashes. If Sven gets big enough, he just kills all of the Panda aspects pretty much instantly. Like, Bernie was cleaving through those things very quickly. Granted, he had a lot of farm, but I guess Sven's a decent hero to deal with the Panda ultimate late game. Just so tanky. And if he's got a BKB and some items, he just kills them pretty fast. Especially the Fire Panda, which... That's always the big thing for his Panda, is just focus the Fire Panda down. And then he does a lot of crowd control, but he's not doing too much damage.
Yeah, I really like EG's lineup against Sven, though, right now. They have a Panda, they have a Jakiro, and a Rubik. If EG decides to just force fights as 5 early on when they get around their level 6, 7, even level 5... Get something to push, maybe a Chen. That would be great for maelk because, yeah, it's maelk. And that's what I would like to see out of them. Just force fights level 6, level 7. With Jakiro, with Brewmaster, with Rubik, all 3 of those heroes make it very hard for Sven to do anything but stun and run away. Like, it's very hard for him to get attacks off in this situation.
Do you think there's any chance IG will... They probably can't, right? Go aggressive with the Leshrac Sven +1 because EG's got a really strong defensive lineup.
That's definitely an option right now.
You think so? Even against Ice Path and Telekinesis?
Well, actually, Coddle's banned out, so that was the hero I was looking
that would have been great,
to round out the lineup. Yeah. That's just so much damage. You can pretty much kill any hero at any time with 2 stuns. So, yeah, they could go aggressive right now. Like Sven, Leshrac +1 if they wanted. And then just do like a dominated solo in the safe lane. So, something like Klinks. That's what Empire always does. They pick really strong solos for the safe lane, and then they run really strong hard lane, tri-lane. Something like Undying, Coddle, and like CK. Or
Speaking of Undying... He's in the pool, and that's a hero EG love to run. He plays a lot of Undying, or he has in the past. They were one of the first teams to use Undying, too. They even used him in the Beyond the Summit World Tour, which was before all the buffs to the hero. So, it's in the pool. You gotta wonder if EG wants to... If they get that, you pretty much can't tri-lane against Undying, right? Because then it's like the worst hero to get aggressive against in the game.
Yeah, it's really difficult to tri-lane against Undying. I don't want to say it's impossible, because... if your team works good enough and you have a solid plan going into it, you can pull off a lot in Dota. But yeah, you generally, it's pretty much a general rule. You don't ever want to tri-lane against an Undying.
It's a good rule of thumb, and unless you're a team like IG, and then maybe you do it anyway and might make it work. Lifestealer ban. This again, it shows you IG's been watching EG's games, because Lifestealer not really. I guess he's decent against Sven, who's pretty naturally tanky. Okay, forget about that discussion. No. PAINTITGOLD cries out in pain. They go for the X again.
Man.
The pain. Well, he's got Battle Hunger, and Battle Hunger versus Templar Assassin. I think it's the best single spell in the game to deal with it. Refraction, if you can keep her off the creeps, which is a big if. And now IG picks up a Luna. So starting to stack up auras a little bit. You have the damage aura from the Luna. Now you've got the Sven with Warcry. Pretty nasty team to fight into, but rather greedy. This is a lineup that really wants farm and levels.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they might just safe lane Luna solo and then aggressive tri-lane, or it has to be a support Sven, and I'm not really a fan of that. I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I've seen it back in the day it was always ran as, well, not always. It was often experimented with as a support, Sven, and he wasn't that useful. And a Brood, I think that was a really good pick from EG. I like that a lot.
Later on in the game, the Spiderlings won't be effective once they have the Glaives and the Luna level, all her damage are leveled up, and obviously Sven cleave, but they don't really have anyone who's strong against her in the laning stage right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the least of their concerns right now. Wow.
Tri-lane Juggernaut, Sven, Leshrac, Juggernaut, Tri-lane, Luna, and Tia as our 2 solos. Wow.
Yeah, and this is a support Sven. It's a 5 Sven, because Chuan's playing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe the 4, we'll see. But either way, it's definitely a hard support Sven either way.
Yeah. But as I was saying, like, EG's mindset coming into this isn't like, oh, like, let's think about the late game. Because I've said this on other streams before, and like, when you go into games like this against notably stronger teams, like, the first step to winning any game is winning the early game and the laning phase. Like, if you lose that, you're just going to get decimated, like what happened last game. So EG's just trying to outplay them early game, outlane them early game, and that's their goal. They aren't thinking about, like, oh, like, late game, like, spiders are just going to be completely useless. Like,
they're thinking we got to win these lanes to have a chance. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's a mindset.
Well, if they're thinking late game, they better be really far ahead in terms of gold and levels, because IG has... it's vaguely pub-esque in terms of how many heroes they have that scale and that are, you know, need farm, kind of are carries. I mean, even as far as supports go, Leshrac, he can scale pretty well into the late game, and dare I say it, a greedy lineup by IG, but they're IG and they have a way of making these things work. So let's introduce the players. On the side of EG, we have PaiNTIGOLD standing in for bdiz. He's playing the offlane Broodmother. maelk has decided to show up to the match, missed the first game. He's on the twin-headed dragon. Magic Stick already picked up. Apparently they're expecting some sort of a tri-lane from IG, which makes sense. Observer Ward placed in the middle lane to try and protect whoever's going to be there. That's Demon. As the solo mid-axe, this is something that we've seen Zenith do a while back to try and counter TA. We'll see if it can work. The nice
they
thing
used it to counter TA, huh?
Yeah, because Battle Hunger just ruins Refraction, and then if Tia gets close to the creeps, well, she's melee pretty much at the early levels, and then counter Helix can ruin you. So, on paper, it can work. It worked for Zenith, but they did it against a lesser opponent, not against a team as good as IG, so we'll see.
Yeah, I remember them doing it against AL.
Right, and this was when Zenith was playing really well. I mean, I guess lesser team maybe isn't fair, but certainly not the top team in the world, or at least the team that's been winning pretty much every event they participated in.
No, they deserve top team in the world. They won the international. We can give them that. And
they've actually won quite a few events besides that, too, in China, so...
Yeah.
WC... Oh, YYF's roaming. He's got boots already. They just won a first blood mid, and Demon could actually die to this. Roaming offlane Juggernaut. We didn't even get to talk about IG's lanes, but it's YYF is the offlane player for this team, and he's probably going to get a first blood on Demon. He's got boots. Demon is screwed. Blade Fury to start it off. Maybe not the Berserker's Call. But is it going to be enough? Demon's so low, but he's going to die. Oh, just gets picked off barely.
He was really close to living there.
Almost survived, and... YYF, level 2 off of that gank, and, well, he probably just wants to keep on killing mid, because I don't think he's going to be able to do anything bottom.
Yeah. I've actually experimented with offlane Juggernaut a lot. It's fun.
It's definitely fun in pubs. But
yeah. He hasn't leveled anything yet. Okay. Yeah, he has his healing ward. If he can somehow get his soul ring up, he'll do well for himself. He can go jungle, do anything.
So he's actually having a better start than Broodmother, and it looks like he's going to start stacking Ancients. The pings are coming out from EG. Sven can farm these later on, and speaking of IG's lane, zhou is playing that Luna, so he's the farmer in the top lane. Like you mentioned, it's Chuan Sven, so it's a support Sven, and it's Faith on the Leshrac. So far, PaiNTIGOLD literally doesn't have a creep of experience. Sometimes we see Broodmother really struggle in the off lane, but she is being shut down hardcore.
Yeah, there's a double stun lane there. She has potential to die anytime she walks out, and Faith is keeping her in check.
Plus the Lunar Blessing, which makes everyone hit harder. Split Earth is going to hit. zhou to follow this up. Look how much damage the Lucent Beam does. Will it be enough? PaiNTIGOLD's barely going to survive. Salves up in the trees. Really nice escape from him. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they pull in YYF. But they can't kill YYF. This is kind of the power of Juggernaut, is that magic
You
community.
can't kill the off-lane Jug.
Well, certainly not with these heroes. They can't. It just doesn't seem like they have the damage.
Yeah.
And what do you do? So you can't kill the Juggernaut. Ferrari is actually winning mid after that first blood. Has the bottle, has the boots, and what could have been a pretty good matchup for Demon is hard because of that. I guess this comes down to the Panda right now. Jeyo's got to get a pretty early blink and win some team fights for them, or are you seeing anything else they could be doing besides that?
It just has to be making sure they don't let this game get out of hand, especially Podcat. That's Podcat's job right now, to make sure that he doesn't allow them to have any kills or extra XP from kills.
I want to point out when Demon cast his Battle Hunger mid, he waited until right when the creep wave died. There was nothing in deny range or killable, so trying to maximize the Battle Hunger, unfortunately, just not with only a bottle and Ferrari already having boots, he can't really control runes too well. Ferrari's also scouting with these illusions, trying to even deny the pulls, just being so efficient with those illusions and giving some a feeling of safety to YYF. Speaking of YYF, he's got himself Blades of Attack. No, just a clarity. Yeah, is going for those early phase boots. Mid lane, Ferrari's getting aggressive, and Demon is forced to run away. This matchup, I've seen it go well for Axe, but when you give up first blood, it's suddenly an almost unwinnable lane for him.
Yeah, mid's often a lane like that. Giving up first blood just means you've completely lost the lane.
And now a haste rune for Ferrari. And this is going to really force EG into a defensive position in the bottom lane. Although he's just going to head back mid, but even Demon's got to be careful now. Speaking of Demon, salves up, ferried one to himself, and now ferrying his bottle. Bottle crowing is pretty much a necessity for him to stay in this lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see a smoke out from Chuan and Faith soon. I don't know if they bought it yet, but they want to accomplish something top, I think.
The good news for Pycat, he got at least 2 creeps of experience, so he's finally gotten something. Bottom lane, Jeyo cancels the clap, wants to go in YYF, but the boots first, just making it... And also with this TP scroll, he can also just Blade Fury and TP out if he gets caught like he is now. But they're not actually going to commit to that fight. With the TP especially. Now the dive onto Demon. Demon should die to this. 2 more auto attacks. Gets the call off under the tower. Ferrari dropping low. Fresh Refraction is applied and not able to secure the kill. Not level 6, or he could have Culling Bladed that. Now YYF taking the clap. The Healing Ward out of range. Now Blade Furying away. 1 more auto attack to bring him down. But Ferrari gets the kill mid, and now just steamrolling his way towards bottom. Fear has no mana. Fear does have a salve. Maelk's got an ice path. Has to hit it. Has to make it count. Now the Panda ult just to keep Fear alive. Ferrari still hasted. Still running. Chain stun and is overextended. Will he get this kill? He will. Maybe not. He melds up. He's still alive. Now thrown up in the air. In comes YYF. Ferrari is still alive. Finally he dies. YYF. No Blade Fury yet. Dropping really low to this Panda. Should be able to escape. Can Jeyo get him? No, can't quite get him in the end. Oh, just barely getting Ferrari. He almost got out of there scot-free.
Yeah, especially when Jeyo put him up in the air. I was worried about him. Jeyo was on like 300 ping or something. I don't even know how much. Let me check real quick. See, Jeyo's on 300, yeah, so I was worried that he wasn't going to be able to dispel his tornado, then stun quick enough to kill Ferrari before he melts. But he did.
Demon still doesn't have boots either. He went back for another set of tangos. It's just so much harassment in this lane. Now he has Culling Blades, so now if Ferrari dives him, it could cost him. Also manages to bottle up a double damage rune. Ferrari only with phase boots, but zhou has just been left entirely unchecked. And YYF's getting more out of that suicide lane than Pycat is, so it seems like as far as the lanes go, slightly favoring IG. I see someone dropping almost... Oh, it is the Juggernaut. He goes down in the end to Jeyo. Did Jeyo just get a solo kill? There was no backup nearby. Huh. Impressive.
That rarely ever happens in Chinese scene. They're usually much, much cleaner than that. I don't see many solo kills, and when I did at TI, I was like, huh, that guy really misplayed.
Oh, Ferrari gets caught. Double damage is up on Demon. Ferrari dropping low, out of refraction, needs to meld. Probably is their detection. There's a sentry ward, but he runs north and he'll escape. And another difficult fight just to bring Ferrari down, but Demon's got the Culling Blade. He wanted to ult there. I'm pretty sure Refraction does not block that. Now Demon with the Blade Fury and the turnaround from Ferrari. Demon has overextended, I believe. Where's the trap, though? Now the slow from the Battle Hunger. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a big push. zhou's already level 7. Has gone for 2 points in Lunar Blessing. Generally, his build at this point is to go back for a couple points in the the bouncing glaives, and he's going for the same item build as well. The Tranquil Boots, the Drum of Endurance. Ring of Aquila normally fits in there, and then the Manta or the BKB. We'll see if he goes for the Ring of Aquila this game. The good news for EG is jeyo's almost got a Blink Dagger, and they haven't lost too many towers, so it's actually a decent position for them right now, I feel.
Yeah, Demon had really good presence of mind in mid as well. He knew that the trap was on his hill, and he ran the other way, which might have made you guys question, oh, and PyCat just gets decimated top.
jeyo TP's in, he's got the ult in 20, zhou pops his own ult, but not really the best time. Completely whiffs on that, only hitting creeps. Now the chase from jeyo, no Blink Dagger. If he had it, this could probably be 2-3 kills, but instead they're all just going to walk away. Oh, my kingdom for 200 gold, says jeyo, but not there, unfortunately. The good news for PyCat is they pushed the tier 1, so maybe he can start getting some levels. Depends if IG's going to let him, though.
I mean, it sucks so much to be in PyCat's position. I've played a ton of offlane, and yeah, it's just so brutal when, like, you're zoned out of the lane completely. 0 XP for the first 8 minutes of the game.
It's almost at the point where the supports can just zone him out by themselves. You know, they don't even really need the Luna there. Just Leshrac running in. Or Chuan just chopping away at him. Speaking of Chuan, not taking any points of cleave. He's playing that support, just maxing Warcry. They're a bit under-leveled, though. Only level 4. I guess it's even with EG so far. Oh, maelk hits 6, though, so that's sort of the other X factor for EG, is maelk's getting a lot more levels than the supports of IG.
Yeah.
Although, as I say that, YYF is 7. Offlane Juggernaut hitting 7 at 9.5 minutes in. Got a first blood for his team. YYF has really been in top form as of late.
Everyone who I matchmake with, like, I've been playing offlane Juggernaut, and it has potential, man. Like,
well, especially for the ganks. You know, he might not be the strongest in the lane, but if Juggernaut shows up and starts Blade Furying you, and you're not a hero like Queen of Pain who can just blink away, you're dead. I mean, it's so much damage.
Yeah. Like, no one likes to play offlane in matchmaking, so I just, like, I queue with Universe a lot in matchmaking, and we just, like, have a competition to see who's offlane. Oh, and the kill happened mid.
Yeah, it did take a Panda, but they get Ferrari, and now they can push, or at least look to do so. maelk has maxed Ice Path, which makes sense, but they only have 1 point in Liquid Fire, so can't push quite as well as they would like to. In comes YYF from the bottom. IG is descending on this tower, and I don't know if EG can fight this. There's no Panda.
All of them are converging.
Oh, man. Lucid Beam to start on Demon. Now the Stormbolt to the high ground. zhou, no ult for 14 seconds. A beautiful Ice Path catching 3. And the Macro Pyre. Unfortunately, YYF immediately kills off Demon to start this fight. Now the Lucid Beam. maelk brought down as well. And everyone from IG gets out of there very low. What a play. If they had any sort of follow-up for that Twin-Headed Dragon, that's probably 3-4 kills. Imagine if the Panda ult was there, but they used it just for Ferrari, and, well, maelk just not quite enough by himself to set anything up. Now Fear in trouble, and we'll be able to get away.
Fear really needs this level 6 too. There are so many good spells for him to steal.
Tell me about it. Blade Fury, Omni Slash, Split Earth, Eclipse, heck, Refraction. Is there a bad spell in this game? I think that might be the better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Even Warcry is pretty fantastic. Especially against IG, who do a lot of physical damage.
Yeah. Split Earth and Stormbolt, or Stormbolt, is it even called that? It's Stormhammer. Okay, Stormhammer and Split Earth will obviously be the priorities for Fear, because they're just so strong. Especially, can you imagine one of those after an Ice Path that maelk just hit?
And he is leveling Splitter too. It's level 3, so it does a lot of damage too if it lands.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's I wonder if maybe Fear should have gotten the levels over the Twin-Headed Dragon, because he was only level 4 when maelk was 6, and like you said, there's a lot of good spells to steal. Should they maybe have given the Rubik more levels and put him as more of the farming or leveling priority as the supports go in that lane?
I'm not sure how that is. I didn't really watch like the lane in the pulling phase, especially, but
yeah,
maybe
they weren't trying to. I noticed that maelk was level 6 when Fear was 4, close to 5. So maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't
like-
intentional, it just worked out that way.
Yeah, like 7 minutes in, maelk was just killing the small camp, stacking it and stuff. And yeah, we're gonna see EG challenge this, and they have to. I mean, they can't give it away.
They have Panda
Sure.
ult soon. And also PaiCat, well, would
And
be...
he has a blink dagger.
Yeah, the Panda ult's back up, the Blink Dagger's there, and EG, they do force them back. I also want to point out, PaiCat is clawing his way back into this game. He's no longer the lowest level hero. Or at least, if he is, he's not going to be for much longer. Getting a lot of farm top. Zhou has done a decent job of keeping the tower alive, but the push comes in mid. Jeyo with the Blink ult up. Zhou's going to go for the high ground initiation. Pops the Eclipse immediately. The Panda ult is perfectly timed, at least to dodge that. The question is, can they turn it into kills? A long-range boulder toss catches out Chuan. Now Ferrari thrown up in the air. Great micro from Jeyo. Faith dropping low. Faith juking incredibly well. maelk hits a decent ice path, catching out too. But YYF and Ferrari are assassinating the backlines. 2 heroes dead there. Axe as well as Twin-Headed Dragon. The Panda ult ends. And it seems like EG just not quite able to group up the way they would like. And Ferrari finds Fear, who I believe was TPing away. No, just got caught there. And now he might even fight Jeyo, trying to TP away. Chuan's got a Stormbolt. It's going to hit. Oh, it was a 2 for 1, and now it's a Ferrari triple kill. IG played that pretty damn well.
Yeah, absolutely. Fear tried to outskill Ferrari right there. He went into those trees right there. And he was going to lift him up the cliff, put him over it, and then hope to escape out this way.
Yeah, but the meld came in, and he just wasn't able to move him in time.
Maelk was just way too much damage.
Wow, look at PaiCat. He might even find a solo... Might even find a kill on Zhou, who apparently didn't Eclipse. I thought he did. That was my bad with the casting, but it's still up. So he never even used it in that fight. Just baited out the Panda ult and got away. So that was actually a great play by Zhou. And he almost dies to PaiCat. He dropped quite low, but with Tranquil Boots, he'll be okay. Huh. I thought he used Eclipse there, but he actually managed to bait Panda ult with just a single Lucent Beam.
Yeah, I was wondering what the Panda was ulting for. Like, he could have got a much better ult off with the Blink Dagger for sure. Like, you want to get the clap and then the Primal split off and then just stun Cyclone instantly. And yeah, no heroes were in range to stun or Cyclone right away, so you're already wasting the potential. Like, a level 2 Panda ult can stun 3 times, I think, and Cyclone like twice. It's amazing.
What's Demon smiling about here? I'm not sure, but Zhou gets caught top lane, will drop very quickly, and a TP immediately canceled. Instead, they're going to split push. Chuan has his ultimate. Maybe we'll see him pop it just to push faster. In comes Ferrari top lane with an Aegis.
Chuan doesn't have a TP right now, and Faith doesn't have a TP.
Well, I guess they're trading 2 towers then, because
Yeah.
EG isn't stopping. This is pretty good for EG.
This is really good for EG. EG. Oh, Demon's also trying mid. Oh, he needed to TP instantly.
Oh, there's the mini stun from Omni Slash. He can't TP away. There you go. Down he goes. Ferrari finishes him off with the meld. And now the tower mid, it's going to get denied. So it still goes down. So the IG still lose 3 towers. And well, no, actually they don't. They're going to defend top. In comes Ferrari. Trap gets placed. Remember, he's got the Aegis, so he can just jump in first. Going on to maelk. Something stolen. It's Refraction. And then just TP'd away. They're leaving maelk to die. Probably the right call. And in the end,
Ferrari is solo warrior. He just went in man mode, like 1 versus 5.
they chose not even, they just gave up on the fight, you know. It's I don't know what they could have done though with the Aegis there. If they stay to fight, they're all gonna die to the TPs, so manly,
Wow.
but he had backup.
Yeah. I just noticed that Ferrari has a hair comb of, or a hair, wow, a hair comb. Huh. Wow. Heirloom of the Temple Priestess for his Templar assassin.
You want to try that?
I didn't even know they had TA items out yet. Yeah, he has a comb.
Where is it actually? I'm trying to. You mean on his head or?
Yeah, inspect the hero. You can't really notice it, but like you can see the icon is different for the hero.
I don't think the viewers want to see me inspecting his items right now, but I did zoom in. You can barely see it. It's kind of small on the back of his head. PaiCat has gone back for a Midas. This is something I've seen ROTK especially do a lot from DK, and a lot of the Chinese broodmothers, especially if they fall behind early, they love to go for this like 15 to 18 minute Midas and then just hope they don't die too much and kind of give themselves more of a late game presence. Seems like a decent choice because I don't see them beating EG at this stage, or IG right now. They're not going to be able to win now, so might as well hope for the late game. Chuan pops Warcry, charging out on the maelk. Stormbolt is going to connect. YYF, oh, the TPN. Juggernaut, Blade Fury to start. Omni Slash is not up for 20 seconds, and the Ice Path will catch YYF. Stuck under the tower. Now the Panda Boulder Toss onto Faith, cycloning the Juggernaut up in the air, which buys time for that Omni Slash to become available. Meanwhile, Fear stealing Mel to survive. Panda ult doing a lot. Chuan dropping low. Demon tanking. Beautiful job with the Warcry, but isn't enough. Zhou gets fogged. Demon jukes. Demon jukes. And then Demon dies anyway to Chuan's clubbing. YYF never even Omni Slash. Now Jeyo trapped between a Centaur and 4 angry IG heroes. And in the end, did anyone buy back, or was that only 2 kills? I guess that was only 2 kills because somehow Fear and Maelk escape. The 2 supports live, but the 2 heroes that have the farm don't.
Yeah. I mean, Ice Path just froze the Jug instantly out of spin and saved Maelk's life.
You know, Ferrari's trying to use this Aegis before it expires, but he just isn't getting focused.
He's just unkillable.
Guys, please get rid of the Aegis. I don't want it to go to waste, but so far, no good. Something, YYF just bought something, and it's a Yasha for him and almost a completed Desolator. They're getting to a point where they can just assassinate anyone almost instantly. Zhou might die top lane! Oh, he drops to 30 health, but Pycat not quite able to get the kill. Pycat has really done a magnificent job of pressuring Zhou. Unfortunately, he's been like 10 damage off of 2 or 3 kills now. Dust popped by Chuan. Chuan wants to fight Pycat. Pops the God Strengths as well. And that's it. Just gonna walk away. Meanwhile, middle lane, YYF kills 1. Fear drops. Demon chasing. Jeyo has the blink. Could blink clap onto this, but Ferrari comes in. Doesn't have the Desolator. He's completed all the items, but he doesn't actually put it onto his hero. It's on the courier. And YYF gets away, so they're just fighting. They're basically just assassinating these EG heroes and then getting away.
Yeah, TA does so much damage. She just did 600 damage to Axe in 1 right click. With Meld, of course. And she doesn't even have her Desolator yet. She doesn't even have Mithril Hammer. She's hiding it.
Here comes the push. They have Heliwar, which is, you know, it's one of the benefits that offlane Juggernaut is he helps the team a lot just by existing.
Yeah.
IG are really sieging this. They have the Yasha. Zhou's up to 2,500 gold. Probably going to be a man style. Should be done soon. Blinking forward is Ferrari with the Desolator, but not actually able to get a kill and then just walks away.
What does Battle Hunger do when you have a healing ward?
It's a scratch. You got to itch yourself occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it all on Pycat's shoulders now? Who's going to turn this game around for EG?
Oh boy.
I like asking. Oh, here we ask the hard questions, PAINTITGOLD. Nothing come easy for you.
Will Ferrari do it again, top?
Oh, you know he wants to. You know he wants to. Pycat is not falling for it, at least not yet. Ferrari.
We're all just waiting for this YouTube video to happen.
1, 2, needs one more. Oh, blinks.
He tried. He tried.
He blinked up instead of forward, just hoping for the splash kill.
So he blinked beside the creep. Oh, that was so good. I'm so happy that we were watching that.
He gets swagger. He gets swagger points for that. Definitely. Panda is used mid. Faith tries to it. Ferrari TP's in and then immediately just jumps away. Now he's kind of caught. Aegis is gone at this point. Thrown up in the air though. They're not focusing. Chuan jumping in. And the Lucid Beam, which was stolen by... Oh, there's the real Lucid Beams. That's your Eclipse. Zhou doing some work. Maelk next in line. Just so many hero killers on IG, and all of them have items. All of them have farm. Jeyo's about to drop. This is going to be 4 heroes dead, and Pycat just says, guys, hang on a little bit longer. I'm pushing. But he's just not able to push quite quickly enough.
Pycat's like, what do I do, man? Like, if I come with you guys, it's just not going to end well. If I do what I'm doing now, it's still not ending well.
It's really not, and it's not. I don't even think it's fair to say that anyone on IG has been kept down at this point. Like, who has been denied? 4, 2, and 5 offlane Juggernaut, 2, 1, and 9 Luna, who's leading in terms of creeps by 50. Even the support Sven and Leshrac, everyone on IG is just getting farm, getting items. And getting levels. Chuan's already 11. Chuan's got a... Okay, forget everything else I just said. Chuan's got a Reaver at 22 minutes on a tri-lane support span. Oh, man.
Yeah, he hasn't died at all.
This is like getting your first paycheck at work and just buying a new car flat out. Don't save any. Don't buy food. Don't pay your rent. Just buy a new car. Why not?
Yep.
It's Chuan style.
I'm still so jolly about Ferrari trying to make another YouTube video.
He was. I actually want to watch the replay to see how close he was. It looked like he was pretty damn close to hitting that.
Yeah, he wasn't that close, but
like I think he had the angle right. The Broodmother was just too fast.
yeah, the Broodmother was fast. She was way out of there, but it was such a good try that yeah, it was a really good try.
PaiCat is continuing to pull himself back into this game. He's actually the most farmed hero on his team. He's done a really nice job of pressuring the top lane, at least drawing one of these carries up here, but now Ferrari's just gotta farm all the spider lanes. Oh, that's a lot of gold.
So much gold.
And especially now, because they give more gold in 6.75.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen a gem from IG. They're just so far
Why
ahead.
buy gem when you can get a Reaver?
Oh my god. And I think he just brought a Bracer as well, just to fill out his inventory. Casual Reaver rush and then go back for Bracer. Okay. Maybe he had it in the base and I just didn't see it before. Fear's waiting. Fear wants to go in and steal something. What can he grab? Tower taking a lot of damage. There's so many ways to bring it down quickly. Now we have to Blade Fury. Panda ult is popped in the middle of the fight. They're just going to go to work on these pandas. Faith dropping, though. Faith is going to die pretty fast unless they don't kill that healing ward. Faith's alive. He's juking in the trees. PaiCat's trying to pin him down. Faith's still alive. Faith's still tanking. They can't even kill the damn Leshrac. There you go. They bring him down. YYF now to ult. Actually, the Omni Slash doing almost nothing. Now Ferrari still hasn't been dealt with. Like you said, who do you focus? Chuan in the front lines. Going to work. Trying to find kills. Finally, Zhou shows up. He wasn't even in this fight to start it off. YYF a second Blade Fury. Down goes the Rubik. And finally, back at the base, it's Ferrari! And they just agree to assassinate each other. Both heroes die to that. The clap and the last dying gasp auto attack from the Templar Assassin. Demon screaming for mercy. Please, he says. And IG says no. No mercy for you, Demon.
Yeah, I wasn't watching Faith at the start of the fight. I was watching Fear try to spin on Ferrari because he stole Blade Fury.
That's a great idea. You know, you get rid of the refraction quickly. The problem is, Ferrari's not that squishy anymore. Chuan Stormbolt in on the maelk, and there's your clips just to kill a twin-headed dragon. Why the hell not?
Rest in peace, maelk.
Poor maelk. I gotta say, he's had some very good ice paths this game. It's not like EG are missing all their spells or misfiring. It's just brute force for IG. Just more items, more levels, and winning the lanes early. And boy, do they know how to take advantage of a small lead and turn it into a massive one.
Yeah, PaiCat just had his world destroyed. His lane was pushed.
Demon just culling bladed a creep, by the way.
Yeah, he needed move speed to get back to base. Understandable.
Right, he's so low on mana and HP. Why not just culling blade a creep? Oh boy.
Fear has 2 smokes. It's desperation times. They're going for it. This is when we cue the Pirates of the Caribbean music.
Oh, I love it. Aghanim's picked up a YYF. Ferrari about to get a Daedalus. What's on the courier for him? Actually, no, he's not that close to it. Aegis will drop. Faith picks it up. I love it. Give it to the support. Hell yeah. Faith is pretty happy. Support players everywhere rejoice. In comes the Eclipse. Was that stolen by Fear? It was. That was a Fear Eclipse. Not looking to be enough, though.
Yes, maelk.
But big plays by Fear. Oh, boy. Too bad IG are so farmed and fed, because that was pretty... 2 games in a... We should see more Fear Rubik, I gotta say. He's been... It reminds me a lot of... who was it from earlier today? One of the Chinese teams had a Rubik that was stealing everything, and Fear just completely reminds me of that. Oh, it was Dai. It was Dai or MMY or X, depending on which one of his many names you want to call him. Fear's playing at that level, but just not having the support of his team, and Panda...
Oh my god! Oh, did you see that kill?
Yep.
The Templar splash.
Oh, was that the splash that killed...
Yeah, it hit the second panda. The Storm Panda was so out of there until it got splashed by the other panda. That was maximum range. Right there to right there.
It's Ferrari TA. There's a reason why it's pretty respected. You know, his Pudge may not be quite where he wants it to be, but his TA is still looking pretty solid. And comes the fountain diving. IG gotta prep this one properly. Heart is complete on Chuan. Faith sitting on the blink dagger. IG, you know they want a fountain dive. In comes the oh god. Oh, that's brutal. Now Chuan, look how long he's taking the fountain. In fact, only drops to a quarter of his HP gone, and there you have it. PAINTITGOLD, the North American superstars, the heroes of North American Dota fans everywhere. Oh, a tough game versus IG.
EG are the villains of the NA Dota scene.
Well, like all good villains, I guess they have to die at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
This movie has a happy ending if you consider EG the villains. Guys, that does wrap it up for EG versus IG. This was our final group stage match of the tournament, so now we move on to the playoffs. And before we talk about that, I just want to say, PAINTITGOLD, thank you for joining me, my friend. Where can people follow you? Where can they find out more about you?
You're welcome. You can follow me at PAINTDOTA at Twitter. And yeah, that's it for now. Where can you find out more? I don't know. I'm just taking it easy for now, seeing what's happening, and
is there any chance we can convince you to start streaming? Because I think a lot of people would like to see that.
Yes, there is. I will start streaming. Yeah, I have some plans to move actually, and as soon as I move, I should have my new computer up, and you can watch my stream, and I will also have a high-quality webcam.
If you ever want someone to to feed and give you a challenge, if you want an anchor around your legs, then feel free to queue with me.
I will definitely include you. And then I'd also like to give a big shout out to Blitz Dota and Much Ado About Dota, which is our new talk show with me, Blitz, Bulba, AUI 2000 from ggnetgodz as the regulars, and then we're going to have a guest on every week, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Perhaps you can be a guest one time, LD.
I would be honored, and it's twitch.tv/ldDOTA for the live broadcasts. When is it actually streamed? Do you know?
We're gonna be getting on a regular schedule, but Dignitas, AUI, and Bulba is going with Dignitas to ESWC in 4 days. So yeah, we're gonna put it off till the 7th, I believe the day it is.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. Tune in on November 7th for the second edition of Much Ado About Dota. I wanted to say mad, but I guess it's supposed to sort of be along those lines. Alright, thank you very much for coming out, PAINTITGOLD. Guys, everyone should follow him, support him. Really great to have your insight, and, well, it may have been one-sided, but IG has this way of making games fun, even when they are a little one-sided. Still looking strong. The good news for EG is this match wasn't really for much anyway. At best, maybe they could have tied for third and gotten the tiebreaker over MUFC, but they still move on to the playoffs in the G1 League. Playoffs will start on Saturday, guys. Right now, I believe it's one match per day, and the first match scheduled to kick off at 20 SGT. The schedule will be posted pretty much everywhere. Reddit, Team Liquid, GoStuDoS, Troy Dota, you name it. Once it's announced, we'll let you know. But for now, that wraps up for the cast. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed my cast, you can follow me, Facebook, twitter.com/ldDOTA. If you want to watch me feed and try to learn to be a decent player, twitch.tv/ldDOTA. And of course, all the games from today will be available not only on this Twitch channel, but also at youtube.com/ldDOTA. Paint, thanks again for joining me. Guys, have a great day, and we'll see you on Saturday at 20 SGT when the real action, the real sort of fun begins. The playoffs are coming.